Hello there. A while back, the wonderful Bittersteel suggested that I should try the impossibly difficult Ragnarok 37 mod, where the whole world attacks you after only 1 year. Pretty good idea, right? But the problem is, I just hate myself too much, so I wanted to make it worse. I'm going to play Ragnarok 37 as Germany and try to defeat the entire world with one big twist. Once I hit September 1939, I have to start using historical divisions only. This means the accurate, detailed divisional designs that Germany actually used. It's gonna be just agonizing. I have to suffer with this monstrosity. If you like these kind of uber historical, painful challenges, why not like the video and subscribe to help me hit my 50k subscriber goal, where I'll then be playing all of the insane, uncomfortably stupid challenges given to me by my community in one mega video. Alright, here we are. Ragnarok 37. We have 3 different difficulty modes to choose from: normal, challenging, and brutal. The only real difference being how much equipment the game gives you, because it gives you quite a lot with normal, a decent amount with challenging, and go home on brutal. Now, I would normally do something like challenging, but with the added difficulty of the historical divisions, once I hit September 1939, we're going to go normal. But before we click it, we are just going to do the wonderful trick of going over here, and we're just going to start research of construction 1. This is a neat little trick. I'll credit it to Bittersteel, because the mod auto-completes a variety of text for you, and also gives you some nice research bonuses. Bam! By completing a bunch of focuses. And now I can use those bonuses not on Construction 1, but on things like Dispersed Industry and Improved Machine Tools. Very nice. Where are we going? Dispersed Industry, because I'm not going to have an Air Force. Other pretty standard researches, including Armored Trains, which is going to be very necessary, and also a little bit of oil processing. Now, I obviously start with a lot of factories at the very beginning, and it's because I only have 1 year, and I also have a lot of infantry equipment and resources, 56k. So I need to plan what I'm going to do now, and I need to make sure I'm ready, because I only have until January 10th, 1937 before the entire world attacks me. But not only that, on September 1st, 1939, I will have to change all of my divisional templates to the proper historical divisions. I ideally would like to have won before then, but we'll see. So what I'm thinking is not to go a tank build. If you've seen other videos covering this mod, often they will do a tank build, but that's not what we're gonna do, because the 1939 Infantry Division is actually packed with artillery, just packed with it. So I had an idea. Why not just make a very chunky infantry division? And not just that, make it a Space Marine. Just an absolutely insanely powerful infantry division that we can use to absolutely cripple the enemy. Because then, once I hit September 39, just take this down and make it more historical. Though we are still going to need a pretty boring regular infantry design as well, because I can't afford to have everyone be that. So to start with, we're going to be building as many divisions as physically possible and grinding them out into Berlin, because I just need to have boys on the ground. We're going to be grouping absolutely everyone up, and we're just going to be turning them into infantry. We're going to be making just endless military factories as far as the eye can see. And we're going to change up our tank design just a little bit. This is a pretty lame tank. Instead, we're going to give it a close support gun. I do not care about Christie suspension, not even a little bit. I don't care about speed. Remember, this tank is going to be just like a foot speed tank. I want this bad boy to be alongside infantry and nothing else. So I'm just going to slap on additional machine guns, a cannon for a little bit of heart attack, and as much armor as I can give it, and then take off some engines, because it will save on fuel. Yes, it's slow. And yes, when I eventually utilize this, because I will have to take this off my infantry divisions and then turn it into a tank division, that's going to wreck my tank divisions, but I don't care, okay? I have to be efficient now. Guy naming after our most recent patron. Thank you very much, Carrie Droner. This tank will save the day for us. The key thing for me is going to be working within my limited resources. I am not going to have very much tungsten, but I'm going to have to do as much as I can, especially because I am also going to do the wonderful trick of going from limited exports to free trade, because it's 10% factory output. It absolutely demolishes my ability to actually make things of my own, but it doesn't matter. I need it. Going to be investing pretty heavily into pretty much everything that I can. We do need a lot of tanks. Won't need any planes. We'll need some trains. And I also will want a lot of anti-air. I'm going to need it. Focus-wise, we're going to be going Rhineland, Anschluss, Sudetenland, and I'm also going to be trying to grab research bonuses from the Soviets. There's not a lot of focuses we can really use, and I am unfortunately going to have to import some steel and a bit of tungsten just to make up for the massive steel deficit that I'm sitting on. Remember, you don't have to have all the resources you need. Most of these are building ships, and I don't care about them. Now to just yeet out my first batch of units, 22 divisions, and immediately recruit as many more as I can. plan. I'm going for something in the realm of 6 full armies, one of which will be my offensive template, so that's 6 times 24, 144 divisions. There's Rhineland, and I actually can't get Anschluss yet. Turns out I need 500,000 men in the field, and I'm 1 shy. So I will just recruit these guys out. They're only at 36%, but I'm fine with it. Off you go. That lets me go Anschluss, which means I can get even more factories. Grab the glorious Walter Funk. I can get that mill construction speed. Thank you very much. Got the Anschluss, and now it's Sudetenland time. And the joy of the Anschluss is we get a lot of bonuses, including base war support. So very good. And a lot of extra divisions, which I don't need, but I do appreciate. Oh, and also, war economy. Oh yeah, thank you, base war support. And oh god, I need extraction. Let's go. And now is time for the Civil War. We're just going to pick a good infantry general. Let's go with Blaskovitz. Everyone needs training. And we're just going to send him over, and his whole job is going to be to grind XP and traits. No point sending everyone to there's screw planes. We're also going to very quickly try to expand the tungsten mines that we've got, as well as the oil feeds. That we use 6 of our civilian factories, but it's absolutely necessary. We need the tungsten. We've nicely got the Munich conference, which is very good. This just gives us a Sudetenland and also gives us automatic forts, which is very nice as well. And, you know, a little bit of factories. Just going to pop them right there, let them get some planning bonus, and just grind away, because all I care about is XP. All right, with army innovations, I obviously get some XP, but I also get doctrine reduction. And I'm so sorry, German aboos, but mobile warfare just ain't gonna cut it for me. Superior firepower is just gonna be what we need because of all of the artillery in our divisions. It's just gonna be so valuable. We're gonna get a lot of organization. It's gonna be perfect. We're going to get a little bit more for that later, but since we now have superior firepower, let's actually make our divisions. First of all, it's just crank out the ones who've got recruiting and change up our regular template. We're just going to slap on 1 piece of artillery, some anti-air. We're not going to have recon on the defensive one because it's just going to drag down our organization a bit too much for my liking, but this is it. We're going to slap on an extra infantry battalion when I can, but for now, this is what we'll have. Then we're going to duplicate this, give it a little fist, and we're going to call it the Offensive Boys. We're going to make them elite, and then these are going to be the boys that do all the pushing, because we are going to have a tank. That's right, we're slapping in a light tank battalion, as well as an extra artillery battalion, and then 2 more infantry to get us up to 30 width. Actually, if I put armored recon on, my soft attack actually goes up, as does my breakthrough. Okay, maybe I should. It would cost me 84 light tanks total for this. I am going to want 24 divisions of this, so I need to have 2,000 total light tanks, and I only have 1,800, but I still have a few months, so I think this is fine. And we're also going to put on a field hospital. It does drain trucks a little bit, so this is going to be the big boys. These are going to do all the pushes. It's going to be hard, but I think it's going to be strong. Just do a little bit of reorganizing and get everyone into the right army sizes. All right, we're going to be converting our most experienced boys into an offensive template. Yes, we don't have enough tanks, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine, probably. I'm going to be promoting Wilhelm List to be our main holder as the primary field marshal for the main army, simply because even though his stats are lower, he has inflexible strategist, so he can have unyielding defender for a flat 10% defense. But in the meantime, he'll get the defensive doctrine first. And there we go. Everyone is assigned. We're going to start putting everyone together on the front lines. We have to pick up some intelligent defenses. Like, for example, we need a full army on the French border, most certainly. The main offensive guys are going to be almost entirely getting ready to destroy the Benelux. We're also going to need to do a very nice fallback line along the rivers against Poland, because we have no hope of defending without rivers. Yes, we lose Opel and Glaubitz, but what are you going to do? I'm also not going to pick a focus just yet because I very desperately want to get as much political power as possible because I need recruitment. And I think it's time we begin training just because I would like to have everyone be as experienced as possible. It's going to take a while, but it's worth it. And it's also time to begin getting as much oil as possible, please. There we are. Extensive conscription. Very nice. And now, Treaty of the USSR, because I will need to be going medium tanks sooner rather than later. Slight corollary to the Netherlands plan. I've got 24 divisions on that line right now, but I'm actually going to take half of them, and I'm going to assign them to this section of the front, because they need to be cutting off Czechoslovakia as quickly as they can. Like, this is such an important bit. If we don't shrink this line, we explode. We need to be able to build a new line here and then reallocate those forces to elsewhere. I also need to think about getting together some forts. This line only needs to hold for a little bit, so I'll only get one line of forts here. We're going to need to massively beef up the forts on the Maginot line. In fact, I'm going to go all the way up to 5 on this. We're going to need to have a lot of forts on the Swiss border as well, because this just needs to never fall. Luckily, we don't have to do these two, because there's a lovely lake tile. And then over in the south, while I could release Austria so they don't get attacked, it's a little cheesy. Plus, I kind of want to defend all my fronts. We do already have the Alpine Mountains that will block us, so we'll have troops here, and then also troops on this line here defending Vienna, because I really don't want to have to lose Vienna. So we're just going to get up as absolutely many forts as possible. Yes, build the forts. You know, I am going to slap on an extra regular infantry because I'm a little scared about not having this. It's going to cost me 12,000 infantry equipment. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. There's true to the USSR. I am now going to not do any focuses to start saving up some PP. Look at that. Huge bonus of armor tech. The value of this is it means as soon as I get a free slot, I can start researching the 1938 medium tank, which is beautiful, and I'm going to obviously transition to that later on. Okay, here it is. New Year's fiasco. Oh boy. A drunken Mr. Mustache Man has decided to tell everyone about his plans for world domination. I'm sure no one will be concerned with this, right? This won't be a problem, right? No one will care. We're going to immediately turn all of our training off, obviously. I'm going to yeet out the little divisions that I had prepared. Yes, they're very inexperienced, but I don't care. There's the diplomatic conference in London. Oh boy. Why is this happening? Oh no. We do have some planes, so I'm actually going to put them over here in Denmark just to help out a little bit for the starters. A very quick Spain. I think that's event driven. Most probably to give us back our divisions in time, which is interesting. Oh, a bunch of focuses have bypassed. Why would that happen? And there it is, the war to end all wars. Everyone in the world has decided Germany is being cringe. They're going to attack us. Let's attack them first. So the entirety of the world is against us. A warning, very CPU intensive. Surprisingly, that didn't crash my computer. All done. So, here's the plan. I'm going to try to completely destroy Czechoslovakia by cutting across an Olemek past Brno. I'm going to wipe out the Czechs. We're going to wipe out the Danes so we can hold in Copenhagen. We're going to wipe out the Dutch and then the Belgians, move as many offensive boys as possible, and try to cap Paris. All before March. I don't know if it's possible. Every day I wait, more forces appear, and the more likely it is that we're going to explode and die. So let's do it. Straight away, we're going to rush down towards Copenhagen. We're going to move our planes over because there won't be as many people here just yet. We've immediately lost all of our imports. That's fine. Obviously, that just cripples our resource industry. But as soon as I get back, well, off free trade, I will have enough steel. So for right now, I'm not going to be making anything. I'm literally making no tanks. But that's okay. We're going to cut this position across, and we're going to put these guys on general assault because what I really need to do is to crush into Prague as fast as is humanly possible. We got to do the exact same thing over in the north and take the Dutch as fast as we can. Oh, I forgot we could also get mobile defense. Christ, I almost didn't get that. And there it is. Straight away, we are winning green bubbles everywhere, which is great. The Danish are obviously going to completely collapse. They don't really know what's happening to them. The Czechs, again, are completely collapsing. Our offensive template is very strong, which is great. Oh, that's so fast. Okay, great. The Dutch are just completely falling back. We are going to push as hard as we can. And frankly, we may just have to keep going and never stop. Oh, crap. I've just realized we need to take Luxembourg. I'm also going to just try and do this position here because I'm actually really concerned about not being able to take this later when more forces arrive. We're not going to be as fast as having, tanks and stuff, but at least our divisions will be strong. And there's what I've been waiting for, beautiful total war. The chastened Fuhrer is holding up in his bunker, so we will fight for every inch of German territory except for East Prussia. Main thing, lots of political power gain. Actual political power, Moby speed, recruitable pop. It's so good. This is so fantastically strong. All right, there's our first major country, Denmark. Well, not major, but it's something. All right, with Denmark dead, we're going to leave behind 2 divisions just to guard Copenhagen, and the rest will rush west into Luxembourg to try and keep pinned down on these guys while we work on trying to crush into Brussels. Ah, there's the Czechs. Beautiful. 6K infantry equipment. Thank you very much. Now we can work on building a new line here. Oh, God. What is this? I hate this so much. Instead, we will hold right here. The rest of these guys, however, can go straight back to their front line. Oh, my God. I canceled the attack. That's so stupid. I did not mean to cancel that. Oh, you idiot me. What the hell? Actually, if this Brit division can actually move there... Hang on. Am I actually a genius? Have I made it so he's going to abandon Beretta? I am. I'm the best. It was all planned, I tell you. All planned. The Eastern Front forces won't be here for an absolute age because they're still not even on the line and they want to be able to build a planning bonus before they attack. Ah, and there goes the Netherlands. Beautiful. Bit by bit. First assaults are beginning and they're doing no damage to me. Oh, it's beautiful. They just got a hold. We're just pouring in right now. I've managed to annihilate a number of troops here. We're going to keep going with our assaults. My hope is that we can take Antwerp really fast. Oh no, I forgot to create an intelligence agency. I have no affair. Their spies are going to be able to break my entrenchment. Oh, I am just losing hundreds of planes. Maybe I'll just turn that off. No point trying to fight for air superiority if there's no chance of winning. Okay, we finally have 150 political power. For the love of Christ, let's go straight up to limited exports. Ah, that's so much better. Look at that. I am now actually making resources. Oh my god. Now I just need to wait for my tanks to catch up. The more tanks and artillery I can start to produce, the more divisions can be converted to the offensive template, which is perfect. So actually, let's start taking off some factories from our infantry equipment. We don't need that much. And let's use up the 2 tungsten we've got for artillery. And let's start making some damn light tanks. Now we can think about doing more of our focuses. To be honest, none of them are really that useful. Maybe Army Innovations 2 would be pretty good because it will give me some XP and also doctrines. So let's grab that one. In the meantime, it's all about just pushing as fast as possible and trying to annihilate the French. There are obviously a lot of divisions right here, but if I can crush really quickly, I might be able to wipe out the French. Why do they have 100 war support and 70 stability? Does everyone get... Yeah, okay, so I think the mod gives everyone a gigantic pile of war support. I was hoping they'd collapse. At least the Soviet Union still has a very low stability, so that's something. But I'm not going to be going near the Soviets for a long time. Why has the AI front lines completely emptied this tile? Please. No. It's okay, I retreated them. We're fine. We're just really quickly trying to hold on here. We are spreading ourselves a little bit thin. And there goes Belgium. That is fantastic. This is the thing. We are getting a lot of infantry equipment just from stealing it. So we really just need to focus on things like artillery and tanks so that we can actually, continue to build things. We are at a tungsten, of course, but it's okay. And the whole reason to always go down Benz. Hot rolled armor, baby. Production efficiency cap and gain 5%. Behold, a mini Dunkirk. A mini Dunkirk. I've only been doing this for about 20 days or something, and we're pushing really, really nicely. I'm just desperately trying to get as many men onto this position as possible. If I can take Paris, it is possible I could encircle this entire section. And if that's the case, we could maneuver down here, build a new line on the Spanish border and on whatever the hell this river is called, and then think about closing off Spain and maybe thinking about Italy as well. Oddly, the assaults on the rest of the front haven't really begun yet. I guess because there just aren't enough divisions here yet, although there is a lot on the French border. I'm also still continuing to build forts as much as I can, as well as mill factories, but maybe I should be prioritizing forts, actually. Their forces are very weak. They're just crumbling. I guess because they actually don't have a lot. Problematically, they are actually able to pierce our divisions, which is not great. Most likely due to a bit of a shortage of actual tanks, which isn't so great. But as soon as we start to get a little bit more tanks, I think it will be worthwhile. I think we need to move more troops to the right side. There's just so many... just too many front lines for me. Okay. It is mid-February and I've taken Paris. That is absolutely fantastic. Really, really good push. Unfortunately, France is not going to die. They have a ton of victory points because their stability is really high. We just got to keep moving, and we got to move as fast as is humanly possible. We're going to definitely run out of infantry to actually hold this line, but there's nothing I can do about it. Small attacks on the eastern front right now. They're still not attacking. I don't know why. Why they're just not doing anything, and there's like 150 divisions on this line alone, but nothing yet. Assaults on the western front have commenced. They are beginning to try and push us, but with only a few divisions. All right, we can get the 1938 medium chassis now. It's only March 37. It's pretty good. Use Daimler-Benz, and we're trying to encircle Brittany. And if I can push to this river, that's my goal. I want to try and hold up here. I think it'd be so valuable. The eastern front is somehow holding, and I'm starting to recruit a lot more regular divisions, just because I think we're going to need a lot of boys to hold the line. Joy of this is that the enemy divisions are so badly equipped and unentrenched that these divisions are just punching through them. Thankfully, we have a lot of equipment as well, though their tanks can pierce me, I guess because I've only got one tank in here. I'm hoping I can close off Brittany, take the river, and then focus on defense for a couple months. I think we're going to lose our first territory here. I just can't hold this. It's got forts, but it doesn't matter. It's doctrine time. Left versus right. Now, considering I have so much actual artillery in my divisions, dispersed support seems like it would make sense because of the 0.2 recovery rate. But the thing is that no, it doesn't. Unless I have an absolute ton of artillery in my divisions, I'm still going to have mostly infantry, and I'm always going to have loads of support companies, so integrated support is just too valuable. It means that you have way more organization and way more soft attack. Even with only 3 support companies in my base divisions, this is going to be stronger. So we're going to grab these 2 doctrines. It's going to make a huge difference. Finally got some units that I can actually pop out. They're going to be very, very under-equipped, but it doesn't matter because they will get lots and lots of training and experience just from sort of being here. So I'm going to pop them out wherever I think we need new boys to help. Can't believe I haven't done this yet. I need division recovery rate desperately, otherwise I'm going to explode. Alright, it doesn't seem like it's been a long time, but it's been hours. And the enemy have been attacking me like crazy. I've only lost 100,000 men, but they've lost 1.27 million. Just throwing themselves at me, and I don't think the AI can handle this. Look at those yellow bars. They are weak. I wonder, while there's a lot of divisions here, could we do a push? The problem is once you go past this river, it's just all open country. Maybe like a small amount of attacks? What happens if I try that? Oh, that's what happens. Wow, they just fall back. They cannot handle me. Brilliant. Okay, we've just been pushing rather crazily. It's May now, and we've just taken Bordeaux. They're not really pushing us much, I think because they're just scared. They've got very little equipment in the divisions, and they keep moving around the entire line. If I can bottle them up here, that'd be amazing. Still very many green bubbles on the eastern section, and the west, we're pushing. Another encirclement. I've finally got the medium tank chassis, so I can actually start to make it. And it has actually given us the Panzer III and the Panzer IV, the close support gun. I can, of course, do what I used to do, which is to take my basic medium tank chassis and check the presets and use just that. This is a lot more about using historical divisions when I'm forced to. And hey, it's not actually September 39 yet. I'm only building these medium tanks in advance of when I need them, and maybe to try and kit out a few strong medium tank designs. So I'm going to use the basic Panzer IV Aus A, but just soup it up a little bit. I can always convert it down later. There we go, a little bit of a souped up Panzer IV, but basically exactly right. And we're going to start to build this and just try to get as many of them together as we can. We have another breach here. The Soviets have pushed into us pretty badly. Not so good, but we're gonna build up a new defensive line. I hope. This is so big. If we can just completely encircle this huge pocket, can we, like, annihilate them? We can't have a chance of getting in through Alsace-Lorraine, but maybe if we take Switzerland, Zurich. Ooh, getting pushed a bit. Okay, ow, 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 ow. Okay, that didn't work. There's just so much to have to control and think about. Oh my god, I broke them out. I'm the best. How? Okay, this is amazing. We managed to break them out. They're not gonna die. If I can move really fast and take Bern, I can wipe out 100 divisions, 200 divisions even, 190. Oh man, they got me again. How? It's okay, I broke them out again. Oh, it's just back and forth over and over again at this river. I just really want to capitulate them. Look how close we are. This is it. They've started to pull out of this little area. I think out of fear that they're going to get encircled, which they probably are. We can now push the line to Iberia, and we might be able to finally close a pocket. Come on. Oh, they're getting scared. They're trying to bust out. They're still pushing us pretty deeply here. We got a couple yellows. Gotta try to defend that. Still having to shrink the line a little bit. I think we're just gonna have to pull back here. It's not worth it trying to hold on to these positions. Oh my god. Yes. Oh, look at that. France is finally dead. Oh my god. Yes. Now, can we please encircle this army? It gave me Nice. Watch this. Boom. Scorched earth. No rail connections for you. Alright, it is 1st of January 1938. I have managed to hold for 1 full year. I have defeated France, the Benelux, Czechoslovakia, and all these weird countries. We're holding decently, but on the Eastern Front they are starting to push us back. I'm going to try and close this beautiful pocket here, make a new defensible line against Italy and all these guys. Maybe we can wipe out Italy. I don't know. I'm very concerned about the south. They're gearing up for some serious punishment, but I'm building forts as fast as I can. Oh my god. Yes. Finally. Please. For the love of God. Is this it? Yes. Okay. We have just encircled Alsace-Lorraine. That is maybe 120 divisions. Damn them. They won't run out of supply. Please, just die. Meantime, the Swiss is holding, but the Eastern Front is starting to collapse. They're really pushing on me now. Although the river's fine, these bits are not. They have taken quite a lot of territory. I'm a little unsure what to do. I'm training up as many divisions as I can. I've also got SS Panzer divisions, which is nice, but I've just basically been pushing for a month straight, microing them constantly, and I've wore them down. Currently, I have suffered 822,000 casualties. They have suffered 11 million. But now, let's see how many. I think it's 126 divisions. This may be my biggest pocket I've ever experienced in my life. That is very satisfying. Look at all the hats popping up in the middle. Oh, okay. How much was that? That was about 1 million men. Yeah, that was about 1 million. All hope is not lost, though it is June 38th. Thankfully, nobody cares about Italy, and no one is reinforcing it. All of the eastern forces are too intent on attacking my eastern border, and I've now reinforced them with almost an entire elite army, so the Soviets just cannot push me. They are suffering tremendous casualties, 13 million. And if I can cap Italy, that is going to make my days so much easier. We have successfully made an island out of Switzerland. Yes, another... Oh, go on, show me how many that is. It doesn't want to tell me. A good 100 or so divisions right here. That is beautiful. Finally finished all my doctrine. Got shock and awe. Oh, it's so beautiful. Huge amounts of soft and hard attack. We do need to start moving up towards more medium tanks soon. We're only building 3.5 a day. I gotta get more. Italy's almost dead, and we're gonna see if we can quickly cap Yugoslavia and maybe Hungary. If we can cap both of these, this is gonna make a huge difference. Like, we're gonna be able to wipe out hundreds and hundreds of divisions. We might then be able to turn this around and start to think about closing off this area and pushing east, wiping out Poland and then Soviets. It's August, it's almost September 38, which means I have almost exactly 1 year to get going before I am forced to adopt the historical division curse. Oh man, we got our very first naval invasions in Marseille. Not like this. Okay, we're probably gonna have to stop on some of our assaults then and start to deal with this. All right, it's fine. The first initial D-Day, or I guess Operation Dragoon, has been contained. I moved a lot of forces over here. I think I'm gonna need to keep some boys here as a sort of operational reserve. There were some invasions in Denmark we've taken care of. Yugoslavia and Albania are collapsing. Yes, Italy's dead. For some reason, they just abandoned Sicily. Oh, it's amazing. Yes. Okay, that's perfect. That gives us a bunch of equipment that we don't actually need, but amazing. I think now with lots of these little naval invasions, we need to start thinking about some kind of defensive template that can guard and garrison our ports. Otherwise, we might just explode. And Hungary. Yes, that's perfect. Okay, this is amazing. This is incredible. So, this means that we have wiped out a huge number of these little Balkan countries because all of their armies are positioned on our eastern front. So what we can do is keep wiping them out and seeing if we can capitulate as many as possible. If we can fight all the way to Istanbul, we can begin a huge encirclement push. Oh yeah, they're trying to retreat now. Let's see if we can hold them back. We can encircle a lot of divisions here. Come on, let's go. Full push. Okay, this may actually end up being a success. Obviously, we've had a couple invasions here and there, but overall, we are doing incredibly well. All of Western Europe, except for Spain, is taken. I have no idea how I'm ever going to be able to take the UK or USA. Maybe I'll call it when I get the Soviet Union, perhaps? I don't know. Time for a massive restructuring. We're going to get rid of all of these weird little offensive lines. We're going to make just one big offensive line without any regard for organization. And we're going to drive them straight to the Soviet Union. Oh, the Soviets don't like that. They've begun a general push all along my line as I'm trying to repurpose all of my soldiers and put them all on the right front lines. My God, is it going to be an ordeal. But we're ready. We've beaten off the Bordeaux boys. We've lost Denmark, unfortunately. I thought I could contain this. Turns out I absolutely could not. This general push is actually being really difficult for me. I think I need to go back to targeted assaults, but I'm kind of running out of divisions. All right, big plan right now. It's almost the end of October. I need to really get a move on. I need to finish this Swiss pocket off. I can move all these armies, and then we can start to extend a defensive line much further, and then we can start pushing more selectively, because right now, my offensive armies are spread way too thin. All right, everybody, stop the presses. Queen Maud of Norway has died. No! In better news, we're shrinking the little Swiss pocket over here, and they're starting to suffer some significant attrition. My hope is that we can indeed obliterate them quickly. All right, it's winter. We're just about to hit 1939. I'm running out of steam. I don't know what to do here. I'm running out of men. They are pushing me a little bit aggressively. We are holding mostly, but they're just sort of throwing themselves at me, so I'm tempted to just let them do that for a little while and try to to exhaust their supply. Like, they are about to hit 20 million total enemy casualties. But we have suffered 1.17. We only have 9 months now. I don't know what we're going to do. My hope was to try to be in Russia before this point, or at least by this point, so that we could have a chance of defeating them. But we're going to have to go historical sooner than you think. Oh, no. Denmark has fallen. I repeat, Denmark has fallen. So we're just going to pull that one back. Oh, God. I think we're going to have to wait out the winter here and let them continue to attack us. There's nothing much else we can do here. We have to just let them work themselves against us. But we do have the Reichskommissariats, which is fantastic. This means that when I save up some political power, I will be able to release a couple powers. It's kind of the standard move. And it means that I can actually not have to occupy this, which would be great. Let's do the Netherlands first. It's beautiful. That's just men we don't have to deal with. Oh my God, my beloved puppet. Nederlander. 2 support equipment. Thanks, bud. Oh, look at that. Technically encircled, baby. Look at this. Thanks to the mountain passes, they're not able to get out. All we have to do is just delete these remainders, and then we can move like 25 divisions onto the line, and maybe we can start to push. It's not over yet. I have just realized that there is no supply connection between the southern and northern stretches of the Balkans. I am also completely out of manpower, which means that we are, in fact, going to have to go up in our recruitment laws. Service by requirement, that is going to absolutely tank our ability to survive. Christ, I almost didn't hear the invasion sound. Do I have any divisions ready? I do. Nice freaking try. What are you doing, nerds? Let's get over here to try to help out. Okay, so much for port garrisons. Where the hell were you? The Hague is a port. Where was the port garrison? They weren't even sitting on it. Come on. I think I've made a huge mistake in trying to fight this to a consistent line because the line's too big and basically everyone has divisions here. There are truly 1,000 divisions on this section and I cannot stop it. We have been D-Day'd, but I have managed to sort of cancel out that D-Day because they're weak as hell, thankfully. But we've got Spain I can't deal with. I've got Denmark I can't deal with, which is very sad. And it's getting closer. Oh my God, they've invaded again. I just pulled them off and they're back again. Stop. Oh my God, the number of units on the Spanish border as well is terrifying. Yes, finally, we broke through. Oh my God, I'm so happy. This has taken a year straight to try to kill these guys. I cannot believe it. We've done it. What on earth ever convinced me to try this challenge? I thought I was doing so well, and now I'm just exploding. Switzerland is finally gone, though, which means all of these troops can now be used on the actual line. That is incredible. Yes, please. Thank you. Oh my God, the push is actually working. I didn't think this would work. Yes, 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 please. Just gabble, 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 gabble. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I've been playing this for 20 hours. Oh, yes, a rapid push. It's actually done something. I didn't even have to micro it that much. Oh, yes. Go, go, go. We're achieving something, but it is now the 1st of September, 1939, so I have to do it. I said I would. I'm going to convert everyone to historical divisions. I don't wanna. I'm not gonna go too much into detail. For more specific details, you can go to my actual German historical division video, either the vanilla one or the one for Black Ice. Links will be in the description, but I'm just gonna put up the graph for you right now. Yes, I know, isn't that confusing? I actually have learnt to read these symbols. These are the German Wehrmacht divisional symbols. But here's another graph as well that's a bit easier. All told, this basically means a 9 infantry battalion division and 36 pieces of regular artillery and 12 of medium. There are no medium or heavy artillery. I have to abstract and use regular, so 48 pieces. So this is completely fine, right? And there's definitely a recon company. All good. But one big problem is this thing right here. Yes, this means anti-tank. 36 pieces. And not just regular anti-tank. No, no, no. It's motorized. Yes, motorized anti-tank. And I forgot about this. I've only been building up my trucks and anti-tank in the last 7 or 8 months or a year or so. I made a huge mistake. I've overinvested in artillery and I was not making enough anti-tank. We'll take a look at my stockpiles in a second. But this is the design. It's a pretty simple one, but the anti-tank is just cringe. I hate it. I hate it so much. But this is what we're gonna have to do. Let's go. The tank design is also a little bit weird. Again, here's the very confusing little graph, but don't worry, I'll translate it for you. It's ultimately about maybe 300 tanks, and it also has an artillery regiment. And if we do something like this, it's relatively accurate. The actual diagrams only list a few battalions of motorized infantry, but there is also a mechanized contingent. There's actually quite a lot of half-tracks, or at least they're supposed to be. Plus, there's a lot of trucks that are hidden within the division, so I'm abstracting this by saying that there are 3 motorized infantry battalions and 1 mechanized. So it's a little stronger than you think, but it also has a regiment of motorized artillery. A little frustrating because it's 24, so I have to use the 36 one and not the support one because I think that's a bit better. Pretty frustrating. It also definitely has an armored signal company and some support anti-tank for some reason and a lovely maintenance company. So this is it. This is the design. It's not going to be too terrible, but the problem is I don't have anywhere near enough tanks. I truly am under-equipped like crazy. This is going to be awful. I'll show you my stockpiles in a second, but before we do that, we're going to have to think about some conversions here because obviously everyone is not the right design. Everyone here is my regular infantry, and so that's fine. They're all going to convert, but these guys are all my lovely offensive template. So these guys are going to need to convert to tanks, but there is absolutely no way I'm ever going to be able to do that. Like, look at this. Even just converting this one is going to be killer, but we are going to convert, I think, just this whole army under the glorious von Wittelsbach. Oh boy. And they're all going to be tanks. It hurts. But these guys, I think, are going to have to be converted to infantry because there's no way I can possibly ever have enough tanks together. This is going to be very unpleasant. Though it does mean that I get back a lot of light tanks because these guys are going to be converted and also manpower, which is cool. So we're going to convert these to a regular infantry division. Wow, that's going to be great. I'm going to move the new infantry I've created to this other line that kind of holds in the south. I think that's a good idea. And I suppose I should probably actually expand that up so that they actually do something and actually try to hold lines. God, I hope this works. I need to somehow get a lot more tungsten. I need to just turn off a lot of my artillery and I guess also building a lot more medium tanks and trucks. So many trucks. Yeah, let's just try and move the line all up and down a little bit so it's a bit more intelligent. And I don't know, just try. Oh my god, my tanks are so horrendously under-equipped. This is going to take a long time. Oh, we're so weak. I'm just going to try and throw myself at them to slow them down a little bit when my boys completely reposition themselves. My hope is that the southern front can actually get some troops on there. I'm terrified. Look at our tank stockpiles. They're so bad. Even though I've removed all light tanks from my division, I still don't have enough for all the tanks I need. It's medium tanks that are the problem. And trucks. Oh my god, the trucks. 474 days. Okay, so I need to turn off all the planes and they need to become these boys. They got to start making just 1 billion trucks per square truck. The moment the AI realizes, oh, hang on a second, his divisions are made of just nothing but poo-poo water. There it is, the general assault all on this line. They're hitting me a little hard. My divisions are now definitely much worse, but hey, they can resist tanks, right? Probably. All right, let's see if massively under-equipped tank divisions can do absolutely anything at all. I believe in you. Okay, they're not being pierced, which is great, but their defense is 514, and our soft attack is only 115. I don't like that at all. We're gonna die. God, the allies just keep trying to invade me over here. Can you stop, please? Go away. Being very rude. I've got a lot of excess political power, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move off service by requirement and go down to extensive conscription, and obviously that'll start to destroy my manpower. I think, so I'll lose 5% of 75 million, which is quite a lot, but I think it's like 3 million, but what I'm going to do is I'll just move back up to service by requirement, but once I dip down to around 1 million. I'm also going to make them more up-to-date Panzer IV preset using the improved medium tank chassis. We're going to be playing around with it a little bit simply because otherwise we literally won't be able to exist. We make no chromium whatsoever. We simply are not able to. I'll change that to riveted armor. I'm setting my tanks now to try and push into Spain. Maybe if I can block this off, I don't know, I can delete a lot of divisions and I can use these guys on the eastern front, maybe. We've managed to hold and be pretty resilient for a very long time on this section, and they have suffered millions of casualties. They're at 38 million now, so we're going to keep trying this. I wonder, can I take Spain? I looked away for a few days. What the hell? Do we try to frantically build forts sort of everywhere, maybe? The main reason why I'm trying to do Spain and Portugal is I want these damn tungsten. If I can get the tungsten, I can actually start to make huge divisions. This would be incredible. Right, let's just hope this doesn't absolutely destroy us, but we're going to move over to mobile warfare doctrine now. Let's go. Please don't destroy me. We're going to completely lose superior firepower, but it's going to be worth it, I think, to go down this. We'll go Blitzkrieg. I need the tank org desperately. And I've completely run out of fuel. That's not so good. Oh, God. Stop the assaults. Stop it all. God damn it. I don't know what to do now. Oh, my God. If I run out of fuel, I'm going to lose everything. I got to be slow here. We've not suffered any breaches along the main line just yet, but in the south, we are kind of continuously falling back, which is very bad. I am training up a dozen new divisions. But the problem is because we've got motorized anti-tank, my regular divisions just soak up so much fuel. It's painful. Oh, crap. We have a breach. We have a breach right in the Czech line. Oh, God. We're holding in the south, but now it's the middle. Okay. I feel like I'm going insane. It's almost almost the end of 1940, and I have been countering constant pushes. I am out of fuel, well, nearly. I'm out of trucks. There's 50 million casualties on the enemy side. 50 million, and they're not stopping, man. It's too much. They've broken through in Albania, but I'm starting to cut them back a little bit, but now I've run out of steam, so this is the new borderlines. I've been invaded in the Benelux 10 times, and I'm fighting for every scrap of territory that I possibly can muster in Spain. It's torture. Oh, God. No. No, please. Right, so this is bad. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to retreat the lines, and we're going to try and get out of this little pocket. There's basically no way to survive this without losing some men, but let's just hope that we can save some. Back we go to service by requirement because of the manpower problems. I'm a little scared. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm having to micro this pocket like absolutely crazy just to try and save hundreds of divisions. If I lose all this, it's done. Okay, we did lose about 30 to 40 divisions. This isn't good. This is what I would call a big whoopsie. It doesn't matter. We're almost out of fuel. We're out of logistics fulfillment for convoys. And we've dealt 58 million casualties. I'm unsure what to do. I think I need to stop the crazy Spain attack that I've been doing and bring the 15 tanks that I have over here, maybe to try and push these guys out of it because this is crazy. I think we have to start thinking about full-on fallback lines here. We could maybe try to defend Trieste or something. I'm 20k infantry equipment in the hole. That's why. Okay, so what's happened is that I've been suffering attrition for too long with 52 factories on guns, 40 on support. It's just too much. The lack of tungsten is really telling. Oh, and Spain's fallen. It's too much. I can't handle it. I can't do it. I'm losing more men than the remobilization of going up to service by requirement can replenish. I am now at almost over 5.5 million, despite the fact that they've lost 59 million. Oh, no. Why are you leaving that open? Stop that. That is so many red bubbles. My God. So what's happening is that our divisions are so massively under-equipped because I was forced to adapt to the anti-tank and have the motorized equipment, which lowered their overall strength, which meant, unfortunately, we were not able to survive. Let's immediately get 12 divisions on this and try to hold the line as best as possible. I think this might have been possible if I didn't have to do the historical things. I think I did really well with a couple really intelligent pushes to try and encircle Romania, especially to try to get that 168 oil that's in Mutania, and then a push up through Poland. I could have wiped out about 200 divisions, easy. And if I could have taken Spain and Portugal and got the tungsten necessary to sustain my artillery production, again, I think I could have done this. Not getting the tungsten has killed me. Oh, you hate to see it. You really do. We have managed to reform on the Spanish border, but it's not going to make a difference when we're being wiped out pretty much unilaterally along this line here. They're just coming in. Berlin is under threat. I repeat, Berlin is under threat. Oh, they finally blew past my fort line. There's nothing I can do. I can't contain this. I'm trying targeted pushes anywhere I can, but it doesn't really make too much of a difference. Oh no, now they're coming in the Netherlands and I don't have any reserve forces to hold them back. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. All right, they've not managed to break through the mountain pass in the south, but the Austrian line is completely crumbling. And by that I mean I've already lost Austria. No, we're donezo. Instead, why don't we take a change till 1941? It's now June, which is when the divisions had their full designs. My sources give me the information up until around June 1941, so why not? Let's make the change. The 1941 Panzer Division, I'll put the graph up here at the moment. It's unfortunately pretty weak. It actually lost some tanks. There was a pretty significant shortage of tanks themselves, and it went down to maybe somewhere in the realm of 240. So I guess I'll scratch off a light tank to represent that. It actually gained a little bit more artillery, but I already had too much artillery, so this is accurate. And it still had that lovely motorcycle battalion, which we're representing with a regular one, and it gained more mechanized. So I've already added one. I'll add an extra one. Fine, why not? There you go, enjoy. But it doesn't matter. We're dead. We're donezo. I think this was absolutely possible had I not been forced to go to historical. The curse of my channel is that I play historically. I must convert my divisions. This was a really fun challenge. I thank Bittersteel for recommending it to me, and I curse Bittersteel for recommending it to me as well. Screw you, Bittersteel. Play way more Black Ice forever and ever. I think we should sit back and enjoy this hell. Don't forget to like the video and comment a new suggestion down below and subscribe for so much more historical suffering as well. And as we fail, we lost 6.75 million men, but we killed 61 total million. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. How am I still alive? This is crazy. I am not alive anymore. Come on. There it is. Oh. You hate to see it. As I said, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the very next video. Thank you very much to all patrons and YouTube members whose names you will see shortly. Bye-bye.